What's going on, people? Back with another live. Man, just wanted to come in and talk about this week, the process. I know a lot of you like worry about it, you don't know what to do, but I kind of just wanted to keep documenting like the process. I know this month, it's like my should be my biggest month if I can actually execute, right? So just want to come and like tell y'all about how I'm executing on the process of closing these deals, so just wanted to kind of show y'all the whole process, So this week I'm closing like 50K in deals. Next week I should close to 50K in deals, and the next week I should close like 40 or 40 to 50K in deals. So um man, it's just crazy, man. So I know you have like people making videos about $100,000 a year or $100,000 a month or whatever. But just really wanted to take out the process of somebody who's just getting started doing it, not somebody who like got a whole team. I ain't got no whole team. I ain't got all this stuff. I'm not paying nobody salary. I'm not, doing all this stuff. It's just me, right? I'm not making 100,000 then having to pay all these people, split all this commissions and all that stuff. This is me. You know what I'm saying? So um just wanted to come and like document the process, man. Like what am I doing? How, what am I having to do day to day to get ready for closing? And then just taking y'all through the process and letting y'all see me day to day, like as I go through it, and try to make this business, big, man. Trying to make it, trying to make it sustainable, trying to make it something that's going to generate hundreds of thousands of dollars like every month. So, uh, yeah, man. What's up? What's up? What's up, Cass? How you doing, man? So I'm just watching this show live now. You live, yeah. That's what's up, man. You can make a video about your call tool setup. Yeah, man. I need to make a video about my call tool setup for sure, man. My VAs mainly run that. I really don't even have to get involved too much in that now. But I'm just kind of going in and refining all my different systems and stuff. So I'm kind of getting back in there and like seeing the cool things that can be done in call tools, that can help my business or whatever. So you always got to be sharpening, up your systems and stuff like that. So I got a lot of sharpening to do. But anyway, so um like today, you talking about the process of like closing these deals, like today just reaching out to the seller and making sure that they had a time schedule with first that they got everything in, and that they got a time schedule with the attorney's office to go in and sign for the closing. You know what I'm saying? And that everything is good with them. You want to make sure that your seller ain't like getting cold feet and backing out, that they actually talking to the attorney's office, and that they're ready to close. You have to just keep check on that seller and keep that relationship positive, you know. Um, and then just checking in with the closing attorney to make sure everybody got the documents where they're supposed to be, that the buyer got his documents in, that the seller got the documents in, and that everything's in line for closing. You know what I'm saying? And then just setting up your time that you're gonna go in to close on a deal. So just checking on that early on in the week, and don't let it get later in the week and check on that. Next thing you know, stuff ain't in order. So I think that's one of the big things, you want to make sure that you do. And if the buyer need anything else before closing, making sure that the buyer has that, whether they want to do like one last walkthrough because tenants were getting out of the property, or, anything like that, anything that'll hold the deal up. You want to make sure everything's clear and ready to go. Cause like tomorrow the HUDs will come out. So the HUDs is like, let you know where all the money is going. You know what I'm saying? They sometimes they'll send them out like today, but I think I'll get like two HUDs tomorrow showing like where all the money going and all that stuff. So tomorrow be a good day. The HUDs come out, people will review them. The buyer reviews the HUDs, the seller reviews the HUD, they approve the HUDs. Or they'll say, nah, this is not right, and then all the numbers will be adjusted, to make sure that the contract's being followed out and that people, sellers paying off all the things to make the title clean and all that stuff, and that people know how much money, the buyer knows how much money he's gonna have to pay and all that. So all that stuff is what's gonna happen like tomorrow, for me, anyways. And then after that, once everybody's approved everything and worked out all of the kinks, with the numbers or whatever, we should be ready to close on Friday. I'll probably go that morning to sign for one of them, before school get kicked off, and then after school, I'll go sign for another one, and bam, be done with it, man. Two closings in one day. So what's up? What's up, Patrick, man? I've been wholesaling for a couple of weeks now, but not seeing much progress. My family said I should find a mentor that is that the position I want to be in. Can you please be a mentor? I feel like a mentor is what I'm missing. Put me in the right direction. Probably is a person that you mentioned missing, man. But like, it's just hard for me to mentor, man. It's hard for me to really mentor somebody, unless they like, you know, bringing me deals that like work for me. You know what I'm saying? It's like that work in my system. It's not just about me. It's like I'm trying to build my system. Like I'm looking for a mentor. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking for somebody, that's above me that can help me like put my crap together and make sure my junk is sustainable. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for a mentor. You looking for a mentor? I'm looking for a mentor. I'm trying to get myself together, and it's hard to give so much of my time to other people, especially like still working all this stuff, man. It's like I don't see how people are constantly on social media, and constantly doing that stuff when like when they're trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? I can see these people that got like all these people that they hired out. They made enough money to hire out all they ain't paying for social media people out of the pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's like their business operates where they can hire this person, hire that person, and they're making tons of money to be able to do all that stuff. And they got systems and processes in place. But like when you first starting and you ain't got your system and process in place like me, and I'm still trying to work all this stuff out and make sure I'm consistent and growing the business, it's hard to like be on social media 24/7, or you know really spend time with people, mentoring them and trying to help them build up what they got, when it's like, dang, I need to build my own stuff up. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of where I'm at right now, man. Like I wish I could mentor, but like this is about the best I can do right here. It's like just getting on here and just talking, answering any questions, letting you see the whole process that I'm going through, and just like giving you all the stuff that I know. You know what I'm saying? So um like that's almost the best that I can do. Like when I was starting out, you just got to hit the streets, man. A lot of times the best way to find a mentor is hitting the street, just getting out there, looking around, walking around, go to anybody that'll let you go see their property, go see it. You know what I'm saying? And you'll meet people out in the streets. You drive by properties being renovated, stop. Um, like I found the first person I found that actually knew how to wholesale that I talked to in person. I met them because of a guy that was cutting grass. The guy that was cutting grass said, "Hey, I know somebody who buy a lot of properties." And I was like, "Oh, who is that?" And he told me the guy name. I went and hit the guy up, and I started talking to him. He was like, and I told him, "Hey, I got a property I think may be a deal." He looked at it. He was like, "Oh yeah, that is a deal." He went over there with me, checked it out. We went, sat down, ate lunch. He talked to me about a lot of stuff, um, and then he bought the property from me. He ended up making a lot of money off of that, but and I ended up making 6K. But it was like I was able to talk to somebody who's done this. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing, man. And that all came from talking to the guy that was just randomly cutting the grass at a random house that wasn't even a deal. It was like I looked at it on Zillow and like this is not close to a deal. Like this is no deal, right? But I was willing to go out and just get out there and hit the pavement, right? Get out there and beat up the streets and get out there and talk to people like TTP. I'm talking to the guy who cutting grass. I want to know what the guy who cutting grass know. I want to know what the guy who cutting grass know. And he knew somebody that was buying property. Bam, put me in contact with him. That really got the ball rolling for me, right? Really got the ball rolling for me. So yeah, man, you just gotta talk to a lot of people. What's up, Precious? How you doing? Uh, so what happens if the buyer has someone living? Yeah, what? What happens if the buyer has someone living in the house they buy? Um, I I don't know if I understand that question. But yeah, man. So this week has been pretty smooth, man. Like I said, all that, checking with the sellers, making sure that everybody was good. Actually on Monday I got scared because like closing attorney emailed me and was like, "Hey, we haven't heard from the seller and what time you want to close or whatever." And I was like, "Oh shoot!" So I texted the seller. It's like, "Hey, what time you want to close, man? Everything good?" He didn't respond. It's like all day he didn't respond to nobody. And then later on that night he hit me up and it was like, "Hey, anytime is good for me." And I was like, "Oh crap! Thank God this guy responded." So today we got his time set up. He's gonna go ahead and close, and then my other guy, he gonna go ahead and close. He had already set it up with the attorney, so I checked with him. He was like, "Yeah, I set it up with attorney. Everything good. We're closing on this date at this time." But the one guy, the 33K deal, he did have like he had some stuff that was messed up on his HUD, so he was trying to get it straightened out as far as like the taxes that he owed and stuff like that. So he was emailing back and forth with the attorney. I could see it because I was on the chain, and he was like, letting them know all this stuff about how he paid his taxes, this and that. So he's trying to get that straightened out. I think they got that straightened out, so we should be good on that HUD. But the next HUD gonna come out tomorrow. Hopefully we can finalize all these man and get in there and sign the papers and all that stuff. So we're gonna be good to go on that. Actually, today I had a guy that like he was trying to sell his property, and I told him, hey, we can't, the buyer went out there and look at it, it was like, man, I can't do, that price, but I can do like 10K less. It was like they wanted to be able to do 240. And the seller was like, "No, I'm not doing 240, da 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 da." Real mad and angry and stuff like that. The seller got an attorney. I mean, not an attorney, a agent that he paying. It's like, dude, if you don't pay that agent 3%, that's almost 10,000 right there. So um so he just blew up the deal and was like, "I'm walking away." I was like, "Okay, cool." Send him a termination, terminated the contract. So he emailed me today. It's like, "Hey, can you do 242?" And I was like, "Oh my God." So I think I'm gonna hit him back. I think let me see what this buyer said. It's all good. It's all good. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit him back and lay the 242 will work. And let me see. Let me see where he at. I'm trying to hit this guy back. Um, there he is. So he was like, "Hey, been chatting a lot with the seller over the past few days. Would you all consider all in 242.5?" So I'm finna respond to him right now. And it's like, hey, I was able to speak uh, 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 move forward at 242 5K. Uh, offer with the same details as before with an in to 242 5K, we would be ready to go. Just send them an email back, man. Let them know, hey, look, if we can do the 242, we'll be ready to go. Man, yep. So just getting this deal done, man. Getting this deal done right here live, man. So to contract, get it signed. Bam, second contract of the week, man. Shoot, can't go 2 days without getting some on the contract. And then I got this another guy that he talking about he want to sell his property. So I'm gonna go ahead and look it up, get it out to some buyers and see if I can get anybody to bite. If I get somebody to bite, then we'll go ahead and put them on the contract. So hopefully I can get some contracts tomorrow. Didn't get no contracts today. Nobody in the contract today. But like I really ain't been stressing over contracts. Like that's the thing, man. I need to get my systems together because like because I'm trying to get people on the contract, but I'm also like get finding buyers and coordinating the transaction. So I'm basically doing acquisition, disposition, and I'm the transaction coordinator. So it's pretty tough, Now that I got all these deals under contract and I got buyers for them. It's like I just want to get all the deals to close. Like I want $150,000 this month. Like, what's more important than that? What's more important is keeping the pipeline going. You know what I'm saying? It's like you wouldn't think that you just want to close all these deals, but you got to keep the pipeline going. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing right now, just trying to keep that pipeline going at the same time. So what's up, B Johnson? How you doing, man? What's up, B Johnson? Sosa, what's up? What books changed your life? Man, Rolex, what's up, man? Rolex in the building, man. Me and Rolex trying to get something going. Uh, so let me see. Adrian, I'm near Baltimore. We should network. Yeah, no doubt, man. A lot of people been up in this thing. Yeah, Baltimore. That was, hey, if you're in Baltimore, you probably need to hit my guy up, Josh Savage. He'll kill up there in Baltimore, man. He killing the game. But anyways, let's get to Sosa. What books changed my life? So, like the first book that changed my life was man, I'm talking about like financially and like personal development was Rich Dad Poor Dad. And like a lot of people say that, but like my buddy that I'm actually work a lot with right now, you know, he tried to get me to read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, but like I could not get it. Like I try to read that book a lot of times, like, and I wasn't a big time book reader, you know what I'm saying? But it was like I could not grasp what this guy talking about. He had a rich dad, he had a poor dad. It's like I wouldn't get what he was talking about. It's like I don't understand this. And he was trying to get me to play cash flow quadrant the game. And it's like, dude, I don't understand none of this. It's all foreign to me. It's like I really didn't understand that book until like years after trying to read it multiple times. Like I was not getting it at all. So so like later on, like I started listening to Big Mike's podcast, and then they started mentioning a lot of books. But Rich Dad Poor Dad made me just somewhat interested in passive income, right? Just understand that there is some passive income out there somewhere. So then I was like, man, I want rental properties or whatever. Understanding that I want rental properties, but I never could buy rental property or whatever. And then I really started getting into like personal development books and learning, like, one book that I ran into from the Bigger Pockets podcast was The One Thing. Like the one thing was big. It's like focus on one thing. And I started focus on one thing at a time, and I would hit it hard, you know what I'm saying? And then, it just helped me start making things better. Like I started fixing my finances and stuff like that because I started focusing on one thing, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. And then like I read a book, Dave Ramsey book, The Total Money Makeover. That was a big one for me, just cleaning up all my finances, because like it's hard to get into real estate when like you just doing stupid stuff with your money. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're doing stupid stuff with your money. It's hard to spend money. Like people's like, oh, I can't afford to get call tools. I can't afford to get prop screen. I can't afford to get launch control. It's because you're doing stupid stuff with your money. You know what I'm saying? It's like most of the time, it's like especially a lot of people can do this stuff, but it's like they're doing other stuff with their money that they can cut out. You know what I'm saying? But some people, it's like you got kids and all this stuff, you got a wife, you got kids and all this stuff. A lot of times that would, you have to buy certain things, make sure you take care of your family. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, they ain't got all that, but they still can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and some people got all that, got a whole family, and they make more than enough, to take care of them, but they spending more money on like stuff they shouldn't. So Total Metal Mako was be good. The One Thing was a good book that changed me. And then like another book that was really good that I would recommend that people read is a book called The Wealthy Gardener. The Wealthy Gardener is a good book. It's a book that tell like a story where this guy's talking to like a young guy. Well, it's this guy. He had a wife, and his wife ended up getting in a car accident, but hit by a drunk driver. Well, he couldn't get over it, so he went to go see the drunk driver. And the drunk driver was just a teen, right? He was a troubled teen, and he saw himself in that young teen, and so he like took him, and then he treated him like a son. And then so he just started telling him all kind of money, like money tips, right? Just tell him, hey, look, do this, do that. This is what you should do. And it's like, dang, you just like it's like he giving you tips in your life. So the Wealthy Gardener is a real good one. And then like once I got my first deal, I listened to a book. I listened to Grant Cardone 10x, right? So like when I got my 30K deal, I was like, shoot, I need to 10x this, right? So I listened to Grant Cardone 10x, and he going stupid, like he going crazy. I need to go listen to that book again. Every time I think about that book, I want to listen to it again. So he going crazy, and it's like, can I really 10x 30,000? Like, can I make 300,000? It seemed like crazy to me that I can make 200, 300,000, but it's like, now I think 300,000 is like, it really ain't, it's not unachievable. I would say it's not a lot of money, but it's like, you know, 300,000 now. Once you get to that point, like once you get up there, it's like 300,000. I need to 10x that. It's like, dude, I need to 10x 300,000. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I need to do 10 times that. And then, I really do need to do 10 times that. Like, in 1 year, I should be able to do 10 times 300,000. You know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of where I'm at now, man. So, those are the books that kind of really like push me forward, to be able to do like what I'm doing now, and just like a lot of personal development, mind changing stuff. But another book that's like straight up personal development, not even like financial stuff, straight up personal development was a book called The Obstacle is the Way. Like whatever stands in the way becomes the way. The obstacle is the way. It's like, you think about stuff that you think about like you can't do this because of this. Whatever stands in the way becomes the way. Like, if you can't afford to get prop screen, like that's the way. Like you got to get it. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever stands in the way, like you not having money stands in the way, that becomes the way. Like go get the extra money to get the prop screen. Like you have to go and face your challenges. You know what I'm saying? You just can't say, oh, I got this challenge and I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to go face the challenge in order to break through the challenge and do it. But that book just give a how great people, was able to go and do great things because they faced the challenge. They didn't just say, "Oh, I can't do it because that." You know what I'm saying? So those are big things that I took away from those books, and books that really changed my mindset on things. So, but yeah, the boy Byron getting things under contract on live. Yeah, no doubt, man. So, you hit the age of getting buyers through. So are the buyers just email you direct? You direct to? Yeah, I mean, some buyers email me directly, but like some people I'm just like emailing agents, and the agents got buyers, you know what I'm saying, and they just deal with that end, you know what I'm saying. I just have my stuff on the contract. They'll send me the contract or whatever, get it hammered out, you know. I don't need to be worried about other stuff. So, but anyways, he said it's vacant, not really livable. Oh wow. So how did you determine what I should deduct from your repair costs? I don't even really mess with repair costs at all, for real though. What do you like about Paulding County? Is it a good place to start wholesaling in Georgia? If not, where do you start? Uh, I don't know if I did a deal. I think I may have done one deal in Paulding County. I think it's super competitive up there, man. Um, if you don't know the area, I mean, you probably need to know the area you're trying to look to do, wholesale in Georgia, man. Like, you just can't go and just start, going to places and not know where you're looking. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't tell you where to look because I'm only gonna look where the people that I know buying is at. Like, if I don't know anybody buying in those areas, I'm not. So it's like, my where would I go look? I would go look where you know where to buy, where first I would go find the buyers and figure out where they're buying at. Because I can tell you to go look over here, but you go look over there and you ain't got nobody to buy it, then it's pointless, man. Like, you need to figure out, find people who buying, figure out where they buying, and then target those areas. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I would do versus doing it the other way, just trying to, hey, I'm just gonna target this area, and then you find something, and then like, but and I think I only did one deal in Powder, man. Super competitive over there. I think, at least I think, like, but anyways, I try to stay away from super competitive areas, at least right now. But anyways, let me scroll down. So man, you're a true inspiration. Appreciate that, no doubt, man. So I hope all the kids at your school who look up to you, man. You're an example for all of them. Man, I'm just trying to do my thing, man. Just try to do my thing. Like I don't think any of my kids really know, what I do or whatever. I just go in there and do my job and, go home, man. Um, so study the market where you at. Yeah, no doubt. That's the truth, man. You got to study the market where you at. Like, the best place to start is where you at, because you should know where to go. Like, you should know what areas are, like I was saying, I was listening to Rafael Vargas. Like, he was wholesaling a lot, but he stopped. But he was talking about how, like, they got data. He hired a data scientist to go and figure out like what areas that people move in and out of a lot. Like, you got to find the transient areas. It's like, dude, if you know your area, you know your city, if you know your town, it's like, what areas people really move in and out of. Like, people are always on the move. Like, they don't really want to stay there. Like, it ain't a ton keeping people in that town. So people really move in and out. People that's close to interstates, like, they move in and out of those towns, man. The places where the best schools at, those people ain't really moving. But if you got lower tier schools, you know what I'm saying? Those people moving like crazy. Like, those people moving in and out. You know what I'm saying? Not the low schools, but the schools that's in that middle. Schools that's kind of in that middle, a little bit lower middle. Like, those people thinking, this school is bad. I want to get my kids to that really good school. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, you got to find those transient areas, man. That's all I can say. But the best place to start is in your own area, because you know it. Like, it's hard to go to another area and be like, hey, what should I market? It's like, dude, it's like, you should know the area, like, study the area before you market anything. And my advice would be find buyers in the area before you market to any area. So that all depends on what buyers you can find and where they're buying. Um, but anyways, they'll know where they start studying real estate on YouTube. Yeah, you probably need to start studying real estate on YouTube. So how do you figure out your repair costs? I really, I think I answered this question before, but I really don't even mess with repair costs. Like I send the buyer over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now if they tell me this wrong, I tell the buyer like this is wrong with the property. They'll go over there and check it out, and then they're gonna come back and tell me, hey, I can do this, or I can do that, or I can't do this, I can't do that. This is what I can do, right? And then we just go from there, right? That's just the way it is. So I don't have to figure out no repair costs because I'm sending them out to the property. Of course, I'm going to ask them about, what's wrong with the property, try to lower how much they want for the property to try to get them, down. But like actually figuring out the repair costs for the buyer, I ain't doing all that. Like I send them out to the property. So, but anyway, I study the market where I am and have closed deals. The margins just aren't large enough to make a big assignment fee. That's why I'm looking into other. Hey, that's another thing, man. Like when I first started wholesaling, man, like uh, I would make like 3K deals, 4K deals, small deals like at first. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a lot of 2K, 1K, 3K, 4K. Like that's what I was doing, like a lot of those. And then it was like, some like Sean Terry talk about it. Like if you give people those deals, they get conditioned to that. Like if you only take 3K assignment fees, people get conditioned to that, right? But if you expect 10K every time, lower the seller, push up the buyer, and demand what you want, right? Man, don't tell me this junk went out. Uh oh.